Alright, now that you have finished your quiz for chapters 1 through 7, you are ready to start on your creative writing assignment. So I'm going to go through with you kind of how to get started on your creative writing assignment. So on your Moodle page, if you scroll down to the creative writing assignment, which is right here, you will see the creative writing assignment to be started after finishing chapter 7. So you will find 4 assignments here in the grid. There's the assignment guidelines, looking for character flaws, which is a website, then creative assignment peer evaluation, and the creative writing rubric. So as you see these 4, you will click on each one of these, and I wanted to kind of go through with you on each one of these. So the assignment guidelines, click on that, and I will bring this up. So, grading assignment number 1 for the kite writer. The prompt: Amir sits down to write his first short story at the young age and receives compliments from both Amir and Hassan about the story. In his short story, Amir teaches his readers a lesson about greed and happiness through the tale of a man who is able to turn his tears into pearls. Your assignment is to follow Amir's lead and create your own short story that teaches your readers an important lesson about life. So that is the prompt that is given to you for your first writing assignment. So your pre-writing, what you're asked to do, I've kind of broken it down into pre-writing, drafting, the rough draft, and to proofreading and editing. So your first part is your pre-writing. So I want you to make a list of the character flaws that many people have, trying to focus on elements of character that can be changed. So items on your list should be simple character flaws, like the need for power or control, greed, carelessness, rudeness. Once you have created your list, select the character flaw that you would like to write about and think of a creative way to warn people or prevent people from acting this way. As in Amir's story, the character with this flaw should find some benefit from his or her behavior until ultimately something happens to change his or her life and make them see the error of their ways. So what does this really mean? So I want to kind of break this down for you. I copied and pasted on another Word document this prompt. So what I read to you on the prompt part. So then in pre-writing, okay, I'm thinking of character flaws. What can they mean? So character flaws, they can't be changed. So I wrote down what I had already listed, the need for power, greed, carelessness, rudeness. So then what I have back at your Moodle page is a URL. So if you click that, that will bring up a website that has different flaws, character flaws listed. So character flaw could be apologizes a lot, allergic to routine, gets bored easily. And I like this web page because it kind of defines what a character flaw would be, because I'm good at it. I know most of you kind of know some people who may be this way. The bore. There's other ones, there was one, the Eeyore from Pooh. You kind of say, did I just say that out loud? Somebody who talks out aloud a lot. So you can kind of look through these and then go back to your original brainstorming page and kind of write some few down, where like I had, like Danier, lazy, seeks revenge, the Eeyore, all about myself. And then I was thinking, okay, all about me, and you're kind of other movies that have had like a sports show off. So then once you've created a list, narrow it down. Select the character flaw that you would like to write about and think of a creative way to warn people, prevent them from acting this way. So in Amir's story, the character with the flaw that should find some benefit from his or her behavior until ultimately something happens to change his or her life and make them see the error of his or her ways. So start typing your story, thinking about one of these, and then how does your story develop? One that interests you, and then you're seeing it through that way. So then you start typing. So I'll have my beginning, my middle, and my end. The beginning kind of introduces the character, the plot. Middle kind of gets into what is happening, why he's finding his character flaw, and how he's going to change it to the better. And then the end would be the morale of the story. How does it all end? How does he see the error of his ways? And then people start to realize that he is a better person now and more liked, I'm sure. So I just started typing kind of out a story, threw it. Ben had it all. He was a captain of his football team, had better than average grades, dating one of the hottest girls in class, president of his class, had multiple offers for scholarships. He was the envy of the entire town. Then it kind of goes on to had a sports show off, having it all, and then something happens one night where it changes the course of the actions. So I would highly recommend breaking it down. I know it's a lot saying, with all the guidelines, break it down into parts. Find something where you can just kind of let your ideas and your story run with as you're typing it out. So there is that. And then as you're kind of going through, I would like you to look back at the rubric for your creative writing assignment. This is a 50-point assignment. So as you can kind of see, a gleam in the publisher's eye to a gleam in your eye. So it's 5 points down, breaks it down to 2 points. So do you capture the reader's attention from riveting sentence, paragraph, line? Readers cannot help but continue reading. I really want you to grab my attention right away. Make me want to read your story. Dazzles the reader to beginning through end, the original and interesting use of ideas, language, the plot, the character development, dialogue, possessions as starting, dramatic tension, keeps the reader riveted. Although challenging perhaps to go through, still leaves me looking for more what happened to the character. Really make it, show what the character happened, what happened to him, and go from there. And then grammar, usage, mechanics, everything like that should be senior quality. So going from there, 25 points for that, and then it would be doubled. So as you're going through that, then after you finish your writing assignment, so after you're done, look back here. I want you, after you finish your rough draft, I want you to proofread and edit it. So looking through what you did, I want you to pass it on, switch with a classmate, and then add your Moodle page. There is the peer evaluation form. So click on that, and then that will bring it up to your page here, and then you will see the name of the author, the evaluator, and then I want you to constructively critique somebody else's paper. So as you will see, there are beginning, middle, end, grammar, spelling, punctuation, legibility, creativity, and the moral lesson. So doing that, you get 10 points for it. And then you'll be turn back the paper. You, as the author, will be turning in the evaluation that was done for your paper. So make sure you get that back from your peer. So there is that. And then, again, look back at the rubric, making sure that you are on the same page with the guidelines that I want. So there is your creative writing assignment. Good luck, and if you have any questions, please let me know.